Anybody like to light a candle?
Okay, today before we start our meditation and chanting, it is a very special day for us. Uh, all of you know, I think it's Bante Vema's birthday. So we want to especially wish you, Bante, from behalf of all of our Wednesday nighters and the friends who are joining with YouTube and all the other members of our Pittsburgh Buddhist Center. So especially we believe that all of us believe that your wishes you made by you for us comes true. So I already come true. So therefore we want to especially wish you on this special day for you, Bante, especially good health and all the success in your life. So we can light a candle and especially wish you.
Thank you. So you had the secret plan. Oh, wow, this is wonderful.
So let me
So
keep here.
when did you prepare that?
And I think Bante Pone is also joining with us.
Yeah.
So both of
Wow,
us can.
this is very beautiful candle.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
like a
also
lotus.
from one of our friend. I think she's also joining. So it's also just like a rose flower, Bante.
Yes, this is so
Yeah.
so beautiful. I want to.
So Bante Pune, you want to?
Thank you, Bante, for joining. Yes. Thank you, Bante. This is such a such a blessings to have our spiritual friends. Yeah. Thank you, Bante. So I will light this candle,
Okay,
wishing
Bante. So
everyone.
let's chant the blessing verses. Bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha buddhanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te Bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata සබ්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සදාසුත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සබ්බ මංගලං රක්칸තු සබ්බ දේවතා සබ්බ සංඝානුභාවේන සදාසුත්ති භවන්තු තේ.
Okay, thank you, everyone. This is so beautiful. Thank you, everyone, for making this happen.
Okay, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Especially in this moment, we can wish Bante Pema's mother. Actually, she is having some health issues these days, so we can wish her to a healthy life and get well soon. And also, we can share these merits with Bante Pema's father, who a late father who has passed away a few years ago. And also, we can, especially, we can appreciate and we can be grateful to Bante Pema's master who made this kind of spiritual person for us in our life. So especially for reminding all of them. So we thank Bante all of them.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Let us. Yeah.
Okay, now we can start our program. We can do our chanting before the meditation. You can turn to page number 5 of our chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. The three refuges. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Next page. The 5 precepts. Panati pata viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, Adinādāna viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, Kāmisu miccācara viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, Musāvāda viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, Suramireye majje pamadatthana viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and long term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha. Iti piso bhagava arehang samma sambuddho vijñācarana sampannu sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sattha deva manussanang buddho bhagavati. Homage to the Dhamma. Swakkhāto bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akaliko ehi passiko opanayiko paccatthang vedittabbo vinyuhiti. Homage to the Sangha. Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho ujjopatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Nyāya patipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Sāmīci patipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Yadidang cattari purisa yugani Atte purisa punggala Ise bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo dakkiniyo anjali karaniyo anutterang punyak kettang lokassati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Offerings. Offering of light. Ganesarapparitena dīpena tamadang sena tiloka dīpang sambuddhang pujayami tamonudang. Offering of incense. Gandha sambhara yuttena dupenahang sugandhina pujaye pujaniyang tang puja bhajana muttamang. Offering of flowers. Vanna gandha gunopetang etang kusuma santating pujayami munindassa siripada saroruhe Pujemi buddhang kusumena nena punyena metena labhami mokkang uppang nilayati yatha idammi Kāyo tathāyati vināsa bhāvaṃ. Offering of water. අදිවාසීතුනු භන්ති පානීයං පරිකප්පිතං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු උත්තම. Offering of drinks. අධිවාසීතුනු භන්ති ගිලාන පච්චයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු උත්තම. Worship of shrines. වන්දාමි චේතියං සබ්බං සම්බතානේසු පතිට්ඨිතං සාරීරික ධාතු මහා බෝධින් බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදා. සාදු sadhu sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being. Ikkyeva matchante namaste niyang namaste manu ratenate yang punyabhi tandang wipulang alantang tansanu bhavene hatante ayo. Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like the link in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as the smith removes the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
welcome everyone for the meditation. I really appreciate your participation today. To also to I join my birthday celebration. It's quite different to feel the receiving end of the good wishes and the blessings. I'm usually on the other end, but it's now I know how it feels like to be in the receiving end. Thank you, everyone. So let us make use of this opportunity. Today is the last Wednesday on this year. So 2020 has been such a a year, such a challenging year, but I think we learned a lot during this year. So many things that we have been taken granted for, we realized fragility of many things. So it was a challenging year, but at the same time, it is also a year that we learned a lot. So today, let us conclude this year with in the best possible way, with this beautiful meditation. So let us think about it. Today is the last Wednesday for this year. So we have been going through such difficulties. Let us now do this meditation to say goodbye and to conclude this year with so many lessons that we learn. And doing this practice, we also gradually train our mind. And every Wednesday, we try to generate loving kindness state of the mind. And we know that it's a possible state that we all have. So we generate it and we try to live in that loving kindness a little longer by purposefully suggesting ourselves, purposefully making these wishes. We stay in that loving kindness, and what we are really doing there is actually then it becomes loving kindness becomes like a second nature of us. It's something that we can easily go. So we know that there are certain mental states that we have kind of unconsciously trained. It is very easy for us to feel anxious. It is very easy for us to feel angry or frustrated. Very easy for us to have this state because they are being trained, so to speak. Our brain has a very fixed, strong neural network. It's very easy for us to go there with a very small trigger. What we really want to do, what in the purpose of doing this loving kindness again and again every week, we like kind of go there and stay there, and we want to create the stronger, even stronger neural network, stronger training of the mind, that loving kindness becomes a easier state for us to be. So just like we feel anxious very quickly, we will be feeling loving very quickly. Hopefully we will replace, the feeling of anxiousness, feeling of resentment with this wholesome feeling. So how wonderful! I think you most of you have already experienced that. That change already has happened in you. Let us, enhance this. Let us uh, today also we will add a little bit more. We will strengthen that path, that neural path a little bit more today. So giving more energy, feeding that path a little bit more today. So with that, let us start our meditation. So rejoice that you are joining on this meditation today. You made a decision to come and join, and rejoice. You could have done so many other things at this hour, but you purposely made the decision, and rejoice. It's not easy decision to make. At the end of the year, you may have so many things to do, but rejoice. You made that decision, you made that effort, rejoice. And this practice that you are doing is to benefit your own well being, but at the same time, your practice will benefit so many others. We even cannot imagine how many others will benefit from our training. Wherever we go, whoever we meet, with whoever we talk to, will be positively influenced by this practice. So we are doing this practice to benefit many. So with that, let us start our practice. So we will listen to the sound of the bell to gather our attention over here. And then at the end of the bell, we will do our chant, Namo Buddhaya. Feel your body. Just come to your body and feel it. Feel all the sensation you can feel in different parts of your body. Observe how this body is sitting here now. What do we feel in our legs, in our feet, and in our knees. What do we feel now? And feel where your body meets the chair or cushion. Just acknowledge those pressed muscles. And feel the upper body, the whole back area, where you feel your clothes in that area. Just acknowledge that sensation of touch. And slowly move into our shoulders and feeling the shoulders all around. And we will slowly go down through our arms, through elbow, all the way to our palms and fingers. Just acknowledge whatever sensations available in those areas. With this awareness of the body, let us now take a moment to relax this body. This is a good opportunity for us to give a chance to this body, a chance to fully relax. We are all sitting in a very safe place, so we can completely let go of all the concerns and let go of all the tensions in the whole body. We can relax our facial muscles. Just pay your attention to forehead and see whether we can relax your forehead by dropping your eyebrows a little bit down, relaxing the whole area. Relax your facial muscles by dropping your jaw inside the mouth, a gentle drop, and bring a gentle smile to your face. Just a gentle smile to relax all the muscles in the facial area. We can further relax our body. We will use our breath to relax, to release, and loosen up all the muscles in the body. Let us lengthen our in-breath a little bit. Slowly, we take a long breath, slow one. And we will release that breath very slowly and trying to drop the chest a little bit down, the shoulders a little bit down while you are breathing out. Let's take another breath, long, slow breath. And we will release that breath, allowing our body to further relax, release, and drop. We take another long, slow breath. And we will release that breath very slowly, allowing all the body to relax, to release, to loosen up, to drop. Let your hands simply hang by themselves. Let your fingers simply lie there without having any strain or any tightness. Let them to lie there, relaxing everything. With this relaxed body, Let us now bring our whole attention to our mind, allowing this body to relax and rest right here, like this. And we will gently bring our whole attention to our mind. We will simply watch what is in our mind right now. What are coming to our mind right now? Simply keep watching whatever thoughts just happen to occur in the mind right now. Just keep on watching without developing any one of them further. We will simply keep watching with curiosity. Just keep watching what are the thoughts, memories that are occurring in our mind right now. Various random thoughts keep coming up, popping up. This is the ordinary mind. Let us now, instead of these random thoughts, we will purposely generate a wholesome thought, a wholesome mental quality. Let us take charge of our mental sphere, and we will purposely generate a wholesome quality. One of the most wholesome quality that we are capable of having, loving kindness. We all have this capacity in the deep in our mind, and it is the willingness for everyone to be well. It is the wish of well-being to us all, and it is the friendliness to us all beings. Let us generate and bring that wholesome loving kindness to the surface of the mind. Let us create that willingness. How good if all beings are well. Let us open our heart, just like when we hug our best friend with unconditional love, with genuine wish of well-being. Just like when we see a smiling face of a little baby, a little baby. Just like when we are petting a puppy, kitten, a bird, or any other pet. Let us generate loving kindness just like that. Openness in the heart, readiness to care, genuine wish of well-being. Let us enhance this loving kindness. Let us make this loving kindness stronger and stronger. We can cultivate this loving kindness by making more and more wishes of loving kindness. Let us keep on making good wishes to everyone, including ourselves. Let us start with ourselves. This living being sitting here. Let us look at ourselves as one of the living beings who is trying his or her best. We will genuinely direct our loving kindness to this living being here with compassion, acceptance, forgiveness. Let us keep wishing. May this person sitting right here be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. May I be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us keep wishing well-being to ourselves. Be generous to yourself. Be kind to yourself. If you have a special concern, make a specific wish right now, wholeheartedly. Do it now. Let us take a moment to direct this loving kindness to this body. Throughout this year, this body helped us a lot to go through this challenging year. Our body was resilient. Let us appreciate this whole body for being resilient and helping us to go through this year without troubles. May this whole body, we will direct this loving kindness intention to this whole body, wishing each part of the body to be healed, to be healthy. And may these lungs, which are very important in our life and even helping us right now to breathe, may these lungs and whole respiratory system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this heart, cardiac muscles, the whole cardiovascular system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this digesting system helping us every day to absorb the nutritions and energize this body. May this whole digesting system be well, be healthy, be healed. May these kidneys helping us to release the toxins from the body. May these kidneys and whole genitourinary system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this nervous system, the spinal cord, the brain, all the regions of the brain stem, the middle brain, and frontal lobe of the brain, the whole nervous system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this whole body, from the top of the head all the way to the tips of the toes, may all these bones throughout the body, the large bones, tiny bones, and all these joints throughout the body be well, be healthy, be healed. May all the muscles, all the ligaments, all the tendons, and all these tissues throughout the body be well, be healthy, be healed. May this whole body, from the top of the head all the way to the tips of the toes, allow this loving kindness intention to travel throughout the body. Allow it to envelop the whole body. May this whole body be well, be healthy, be healed. Let us now expand this loving kindness beyond ourselves to everyone else. Let us make the same wish for all others with the same level of intensity and genuineness to all others. May all beloved people in our life all the family members, all our good friends, and even friends who are meditating with us right now, including these monks, teachers. May they all be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond those beloved people to all other people. Let us expand this wish to everyone living in surrounding area. May all people living in this surrounding area in our neighborhood, everyone who are concluding this year, may all of them be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this loving kindness beyond this surrounding area to all other directions, to all people who deserve our loving kindness, who will benefit from our loving kindness. Let us take a moment to think about all of them, all people, all beings living in all different directions. Let us take a moment to wish for people and beings living in each direction at a time. May all people, all beings living in the direction that we are facing now, every one of them living in the immediate neighborhood and all other faraway places in this direction, may all of them be well, be well, be well, be peaceful. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our right, whoever the people and beings living in this direction right now, may they all living near and far in this direction be well, be well, be well, be peaceful. All people, all beings living in the direction of our back, every one of them living in this direction right now, near and far, be well, be well, be May all people, all beings living in the direction of our left, all of them living in this direction right now, near and far, be well, be well, be well, be peaceful. May all beings living in every direction, above, below, all across, each and every living being without exception, be well, be well, be well, be peaceful. Rejoice. Rejoice this pervading loving kindness to every direction. Rejoice this limitless love, boundless loving kindness that embraces all beings without exception. Rejoice this boundless, limitless, ever pervading loving kindness, one of the most wholesome mental state ever. Rejoice. With this, rejoice. Let us now gently move our meditation on breathing, using the calmness that we develop through loving kindness. We will gently bring our attention to the breath and enhance this calmness, enhance this peace. Let us take a moment to fully rest with the breath. Feel your breath very clearly, the moving in of the air, where we feel the breath, the changes in the body. Feel the out breath very closely, noticing all the subtle changes and sensations. Let us be with this breath, rest with this breath, bringing our attention again and again back to this breath. In this peaceful moment, nothing else is happening, only the breath. We will rest with this awareness of the breath. No hurry, nothing to worry, gently resting with the breath. Bhayapatantache Nibbhaya Sukhapatantache Nisuka Hontu sabbe pi paninu. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of the meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Let us take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have meditation in our life. Let us feel grateful to great teachers, the enlightened masters in the past who passed this wisdom from generation to generation. Let us feel grateful to anyone who helped our meditation tonight. Anyone who tried not to disturb our meditation at home. Let us feel grateful to this device that helped us to connect to this meditation. And to any other thing that helped our meditation, including our cushion, our bell, this chair, and everything. With deep gratitude towards all people and all things that made this meditation possible for us today, let us say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Okay, nice to have you all to meditate with me on my birthday. It is wonderful and it's a different experience to meditate with all of our friends, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Um, okay, let us have a discussion. I started a discussion in the beginning of December. In December, we had five Wednesdays, so therefore I selected the to talk about five faculties, five spiritual faculties that we have. So we discussed four faculties already. Today is the fifth one. Just to recap, so the Buddha talked about the special capacities that we have as human beings that we can develop, and we are already developed to a certain level, but we can further develop them to the highest, to the optimal level. So so those five spiritual faculties are, we call it, we start with faith or confidence in the possibility of transcendence, saddha. The second is willpower or vigor or strength to go beyond the inner tendencies and go beyond external influences. Virya, willpower, the vigor, the strength. And the third is mindfulness, sati, the ability to observe what is happening within us with the open mind. And then fourth is the ability to calm our mind, calmness, stillness, possibility to still settle our mind, stillness, calmness, tranquility. We also call it concentration, samadhi. And the last one is called panya or prajna, panya, right? Bante, can we, how Bante we give a meaning to word panya?
Normally, we in English we have a term we used wisdom
Wisdom, yeah,
to panya.
yes.
So we have some uh, other notions, other terms in Pali, same like panya, but panya is maybe in the highest level of this list of words. I mean, something like we have sanya and what else, abinya and so on.
Yeah,
The, made of from same verbal root.
root,
In the highest level, I think the panya is in the highest level
highest
of in
level.
this list.
So, so the same root to know, right?
To know,
Yeah,
yeah, root is actually the root, the verbal root in Pali is nya,
yeah.
that is to know.
Oh. Actually, Bante, the Pali root nya is the same root that is used in Latin also. That is
Ah,
why when we say no, we use K N.
ah, yeah,
Oh, because the reason we use K N
yes,
is because nya,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
otherwise, why do we need a K
K, yeah,
to say no,
yeah,
right? When you say no or knowledge, no, you use K and then N. So when we write in Pali nya, we write,
mm-hmm.
so there's it's the same root, Bante.
Same root,
So
yeah.
knowledge, yeah. So there are different levels of knowledge, and so therefore in Pali we have different terms like we can also call vinyana, right?
Vinya,
Vinyana and sanya, parinya, avinya, and panya is the highest level of knowledge. So um, what Buddha discovered is that we have this ability called panya. Actually, the prefix per,
mm-hmm.
as a meaning, but it's more like a penetration, penetrative
Mm-hmm.
knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we see anything, whenever we encounter anything, we get to know it. We
Mm-hmm.
become aware of it. But most of the time, we know the surface level of anything.
Yeah, that is something like sanya, Bandi, right?
Yeah, sanya.
Mm.
Yeah. So panya is like actually penetrative knowledge. So we have a capacity within us that although we may not use it often, but we have the capacity to penetrate to what we see, what we hear, what we encounter, penetrate it and see the reality, actual nature of that object that we are seeing. So usually in our normal life, we don't really see it. We have the tendency not to penetrate into the real things. We are very very easily driven by our concepts. So our knowledge is always conditioned by our previous concepts, our previous experiences. So whenever we see a person, whenever we see a thing, any experience, we relate to that experience based on our prior concepts, and therefore we don't really see it as it is. So
Mm-hmm.
panya is actually penetrating those different layers of
Mm-hmm.
conceptualization and get to the real phenomena. So we have that capacity. So which is opposite to panya is called avidya
Mm-hmm.
or avidya, which means usually we call it ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like a blindness. And there's another term called moha.
Mm-hmm.
That is more like confusion.
Mm-hmm.
So we have two opposite qualities, two opposite aspect, which is blindness to reality and confusion of the reality. And many of us living in an ordinary sansaric level have this basic blindness and also basic confusion
Mm-hmm.
of our own life. And it is interesting, how we are how we were kind of, we have that blindness actually, even the blindness to what is happening here. Although we experience the world, although we experience, whatever coming to our sensory organs, and we really do not know what is the real mechanism of what is happening here, and we simply live by that, but without really knowing what is happening here. We have a basic blindness uh, to the way we construct our experience. You know, whenever I see you, Bante, whatever the way I see you, my understanding of you, my knowledge of you, is a complex process. I come to know you based on a whole series of things happening here.
Mhm.
When I see you, first I see actually the lights. Your image appears in my eye because of the light, coming and hitting my, you know I, and going and
Mhm.
making all these interpretations, right? And when you speak the words, I also, my eardrum gets that sound. And but so all the things when I get, and I try to, I'm processing it. I'm processing I'm using my previous memories,
Mhm.
and then I get, oh, this is Bante Metta, right? And I also try to, like, trade your emotions,
Mhm.
and all these things I'm doing,
Mhm.
but we are blind that very process.
Mhm.
And sometimes, if I have a concept about you, the Bante Metta is a nasty person.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so whenever I see
Yeah.
your color, your image,
Mhm.
your sounds,
Mhm.
and I process that using my, the notion that of a nasty person, but I don't see it.
Yeah.
So then I project my own construction of the experience to you,
Mhm.
and I think that I'm seeing what is over here, but without knowing that actually I have done a lot of construction here, because
Mhm.
I'm blind to that very construction. I don't see how much I impose
Mhm.
on the thing that I see or I hear or I experience. And that is basic blindness. We are all in that blindness. So and therefore, what Buddha encourages that we actually can develop our understanding, and that is a result of our mindfulness.
Mhm.
We can develop deep understanding how exactly we construct, how exactly we process our information, how exactly we construct knowledge. When we realize that how we construct the knowledge, and we can see how many layers we add to our experience, how many concepts we add to our experience, then we can penetrate and we can remove all these layers, and then we we can we can directly experience what is there. So panya is more like directly experiencing. So we have that capacity to do. So therefore, so that is a real, development, the sharpening of our understanding. So it's different from normal knowledge. Normally, if I say a difference between, but because panya or wisdom is always experiential, it comes through a direct experience. Knowledge, normal knowledge, ordinary knowledge can come from indirect, means. Like I can hear about a thing, I can read about something, and then I can develop some knowledge, right?
Mhm.
So you can hear about Sri Lanka. You can read about Sri Lanka, you can hear about Sri Lanka, and then, or maybe you can hear about anything. Maybe Sikkim, you can read about Sikkim, you can heard about Sikkim, and you can develop a knowledge about it,
Mhm.
right? But it's still, it is a knowledge. It's no ordinary knowledge,
Mhm.
and without your direct experience, it is different always. But Panya is actually directly experiencing it and directly experiencing it. So therefore, there are differences. So in knowledge, we learn facts. But in wisdom, panya, it is more like experiential reality.
Mhm.
And we can develop knowledge about impermanence. We can learn about it, we can read about it, we can read scientific research about it. So we develop knowledge.
Mhm.
But that will not make a big change in our life. But impermanence can also be experienced in our own, life, in our own breath.
Mhm.
In our own breath, if we deeply pay attention and observe the subtle changes happening all the time, and impermanence, the unstable nature of everything, and that is directly experience the impermanence, then there is a like change that will change our personality. So that is called panya. Our usually we have this basic blindness. We usually have this confusion how we experience the world, but we also have the ability to penetrate and get to know about it and then directly experience the world. So that is called panya. We have that capacity and we can develop that into a power. Yeah. So knowledge can be forgotten. You can know,
Yeah.
and of course, the things that we learn in college, many things we learn, but we have forgotten a lot, right? Knowledge can be forgotten, but wisdom is something that you develop through directly experiencing it, and that is not going to go away. That becomes like a part of us. So wisdom is more like internalizing the understanding. Yeah. So we all have that, that capacity, that ability. So sometimes knowledge can also give us knowledge can also create suffering to us sometimes, because with knowledge people become prideful, but with wisdom people become humble. So knowledge creates suffering, can create suffering. Wisdom liberates us. So because directly experience, there are some differences. And knowledge, with knowledge, actually, we try to combat the nature with knowledge. Like with scientific knowledge, everything we want to combat. We want to fight against the nature. We want to make the things as we want. It's like knowledge is like when we are like. Rafting in the river. We have some people who are good experienced in rafting, right? So when you're rafting in the river, you can either like have two. You can have two styles of rafting. One, you can develop a style that we are going to fight against these waves. We are going to use all of our strength. Okay, let's go for it and just fight all these waves. Let's go against these waves and then have this very rough, very energetic kind of rafting. But at the same time, you can have another style of rafting, which is understanding the movement of the water or current, and instead of like fighting against like and using that strong power, you can actually learn the way of the water and try to blend with the water way of the water and try to find where to smoothly move through it using the current of the water rather than fighting against it, learning the ways of it and try to find a way to use the current and smoothly move. That is wisdom. So with knowledge we try to fight against the nature. With wisdom we understand the natural phenomena, how things are occurring, and we try to like be with the nature and flow with the nature. That is what the wisdom is doing. So so we have that ability. So I think the main content of panya, the wisdom, is the the true nature of any phenomena, which is impermanence, which is arising and passing away. So that's why we have that term Udayabhaya Gamini Panya, right? I think Bante Punna always talks about Udayabhaya Gamini Panya, the wisdom of arising and passing away of anything. So with true penetrative, penetrative knowledge, penetrative wisdom, we will see that anything does not really exist in the world. Existence is what we project, but what really they are, when we penetrate into the reality, what we see is that either it is arising or building up or passing away, arising and passing away, arising and passing away. That's what is happening, and but we project an existence. So the content of the panya will be arising and passing away. Yeah. So how to develop panya? This power. There are four factors that can help us to develop, panya, develop wisdom. First, we need knowledge. Knowledge is like normal knowledge, reading and listening, just like right now. That is basic, but that's only preliminary stage. So we need to listen to the Dhamma. We need to listen to the teachings of the Buddha and develop conceptual knowledge about it. And then we should have a spiritual friendship, teachers and spiritual friendship. That's second factor. Third factor is wise reflection. Once we learn the conceptual knowledge of the teaching of the Buddha, we should keep on reflecting on these teachings. We should compare our own life experiences with the conceptual understanding. So when we keep reflecting and we develop more higher level of understanding.
Mhm.
And fourth factor is experimenting with the practice, experimenting with the practice,
Mhm.
and practicing the teachings of the Buddha, like what we do in meditation,
Mhm.
and experimenting. Is it really impermanent? Is my breath is really impermanent?
Mhm.
Experiment, and is anger is really create suffering? You experiment with your own practice, and
Mhm.
you change the response, you change the way you behave, and see whether there's a different result. So there are four factors that we develop our panya wisdom: listening or reading, and listening or reading the teachings of the Buddha, and then having a spiritual friendship, and then wise reflection and experimenting with the practice. Then we will slowly penetrate,
Mhm.
and then we'll have deep understanding. So that is called panya. The wisdom, the spiritual factor that we all have that we can develop.
Most of the time, I think we practice the first two steps. We are in the first two steps, Bante. We listen and we read, and also sometimes we have this spiritual association.
Yeah.
So then that practicing and reflecting and in the practice,
Yeah,
yeah, that
experimenting with the practice.
experiment, yeah,
Those two things do not happen
yeah,
very often. Yeah.
mm.
Yeah. Yes. Now it is time for us to ask any questions or share your thoughts. Yes. Microphone closer. Okay. Is there any difficulty in hearing? Okay. So your question is about the mic. How you spell panya in English? In Roman script, P-A, and then N, and above N we have a diacritical mark. Yeah, yeah, nya. P-A-N-N-A, but N has a diacritical mark, so we pronounce as nya, panya. It's like piñata. Panya, yeah, it's panya. Pa, panya. Yeah. It's like prajna, like prajna paramita. Prajna, yeah, prajna. Yeah, prajna is Sanskrit, prajna is Sanskrit, panya is Pali. Welcome. Yes, Bante Pun, are you there? Do you have any thoughts about panya, Bante? Yes. Hmm. Facts, yeah. Facts, knowing facts. Mhm. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, directly experiencing it, right? Yeah.
directly experience. So we have to do some meditation, especially to tune up our mind. Then I think we can
Yes.
see this arising and ceasing very clearly.
Yes. I think Bante, you use a very important term called tuning up the mind. Exactly. That is what we discussed last week, Bante, samadhi. So, though all these five faculties are actually interrelated, and samadhi is like a fruition, a fruit of it. And so samadhi is what Bante is what is like developing this calmness, tranquility, this stillness that we can penetrate to the reality. So that as Bante mentioned, we need tuning up of the mind to have wisdom, panya, experience and knowledge. Otherwise, we will have more surface knowledge with the fluctuating mind. Yes, Nancy, were you asking any question? Oh, okay. So that is knowledge. Yeah, knowledge you can be forgotten. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That is why it's so important to develop wisdom that never going to leave us, but knowledge can be forgotten, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in next life we have to learn it all over again. And who realize the reality, which we can call it panya. Yes. Yeah, I think I think Nancy, you are correct. Sometimes we need some prior training. Yeah, having some prior training can really help. Let's say if a person is developing this penetrative ability over many lifetimes, it can be much easier for him to like break through. Yeah, but I think in the case of other people, even like with the guidance of someone like the Buddha, a great teacher, you can have it too. It is a capacity, we all have it. If you have prior training, that is good. But even without prior training, if you have a good guidance, huh? Yeah, it's good guidance, and that then that approach, that framework of the mind, you can have it, right, Bante? Yes. Yeah.
And actually, to find a good teacher is not easy. Even if you have a general life.
Yeah.
I know now there's like a dime a dozen. Back in the 70s, we should try to find one on this continent.
Okay. So, any other question or comments?
Yes, a good topic to talk today. I think.
Yeah.
The very
Yes, Bante.
blissful
Yeah.
day and actually birthday,
Yes.
spiritually thinking about his birthday, and we also and we will talk about wisdom and
Yeah.
very important. I think we have to more closely understand this term, and otherwise it is not something to just talk about and forget it. As something, it's not something about the, something like collect in some sense.
Hmm.
It is a clear observation and understanding and
Yeah.
realization.
More like a realization, right, Bante?
Yes,
Yeah.
but then in every phenomena, each and everything, we can see this clearly. Rising and ceasing. I think it's a good topic to
Yeah.
talk about and
Yeah.
think about that as we Buddhists,
Yeah.
the practitioners, and as we the followers of the movement.
Yes. So knowledge, Bante, knowledge also seeks certainty. In knowledge, we try to seek certainty. We try to find, fixed laws, and we are looking for certainty. We want something to land. We want something to like base ourselves. So in knowledge, we look for certainty. In wisdom, we accept the uncertainty and be okay with it. So we realize the uncertainty. That is the basic, feature of any existence. So in knowledge we try to look for certainty and try to establish ourselves in somewhere. But in wisdom we realize that uncertainty is the nature, and we become okay with that. Yes. Yes. Yeah. That is what the whole human endeavor, all the philosophy. Um, no, actually, wisdom is related to realization of uncertainty. Yeah.
Actually, knowledge Bante, we try to fix the answer. We don't realize it because we always try to fix it.
Yeah, either we try to find a certainty or we try to fix it to be certain. Okay. Yeah. If you have wisdom, you will try to flow with the water.
Actually, that is the way we have to practice that third and fourth step, Bante, right?
Yeah, the wise reflection.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
in
the
practice, yeah.
practice, putting into practice. Okay, I think now we can move to the other part of the program, sharing merits. And thank you very much, for joining meditation today on my birthday, and also engaging in this discussion. Now it is time that we can share our merits and dedicate this good deed to everyone. And first of all, we can recall to our mind our departed relatives, our family members who loved us so much, who are no more with us today at the end of this year. Let us think about them and dedicate this good merits to them. And with gratitude, we will wish them well being. And especially for me, I would like to call to my mind my beloved father, uh, who, um, uh, who, um, who guided me my early age and was my role model. And then later he was bit hesitant, but let me give me the permission to become a monk. Without his permission, I will not be able to become a monk. But he made that sacrifice, letting go of his eldest son. So therefore, I was able to become a monk. And so I think about him and share this merits with him and dedicate this merits with him, and wishing him a smooth and steady journey towards the enlightenment. So, with that wish, let us chant. May all of our departed relatives share this merit. May they be well and happy wherever they may be. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Idam mi ñātinang hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Idam mi ñātinang hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Let us also share this merit with all other living beings. If there's any being who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share this merit. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Ettavata che amhehi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people, may I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana. Purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have callously done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be heedful. We will now do our blessing chant, wishing all of you blessings, and also you can also extend your loving kindness to me also.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And so, of course, at the end of the year, we want wish all of you to have a brighter year, and may we all be able to overcome all the challenges and all the difficulties, all the obstacles, and we will have a great year together for everyone. And especially in this blessing, I really want to extend these blessings to my mom, and she's the one who gave me the birth on this day. She went through the most heaviest pain and a human being can ever go through to deliver me to this world. So I'm deeply grateful for her and also for her taking care of me and and also finally sacrificing making the sacrifice to make me a monk. So I think about her, and these days she is having some pain as a result of her surgery, and let us extend these blessings to her and wishing her a smooth recovery and healing of her wound and have a fully recovery as soon as possible. Let us extend these blessings to her, wishing her good health. And may all of you also receive these blessings. May all of you also be well, be happy, and be peaceful. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya matta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamicca sakko yoja sujoja suvacho jasansa mutu anatimani santos sakoja subharoja aptakityoja sallahukka bodhi santindriyoja nipakoja ampagambo kulesu ananugindo nacakodang samacari kinciyena vignyo pare upavadeyong sokino vake mino huntu sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitanta yeke cipan bhutanti tasavata varawa anavasesa digava ye mahanta va majjima rasansa kanukatula dittava yeva additta ye ca dure vasanti avidure bhutava sambhave siva sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitanta naparo parannikumbete nati manyit
katha
Chinang kanchi vyarosana patigha sanyana manyas sadukkamicche mata yata niyang puttang ayusa eka putta manurakke evam pisabba bhutesu manasang bhavaye aparimanang mettang ca sabba lokasmin manasang bhavaye aparimanang uddang adoca tiriyang ca asambadang averang asapatang tittang carang nisinno vasayano vayavatassa vigatamindo etang sating aditteye brahmametang viharang idamaho dittinca anupagamma sileva dassanena sampanno kamesu viniyage dhang nahi jatu gambaseyang punareti etena satcha vajjena sotti te hotu sabbada etena satcha vajjena sabbarogo vinassatu etena satcha vajjena hotu te jaya mangalang sabbi yo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavattvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhavatu sabba mangalam rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalam rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalam rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te. Let us spend a moment of reflection. Try to recall to your mind whatever kind deed you did during last few days. Scan your past few days and recall to your mind whatever kind deed you did to someone, helping someone, giving something to someone, even like listening to someone's problems and giving some comfort by your words. Just recall an actual incident in which you did a kind deed. Let us rejoice. Let us rejoice in these kind deeds. And these kind deeds show that we can overcome our defilements, we can grow our goodness. Let us rejoice. On this day,
on this day
or in the past,
or in the past,
if I have done kind deeds
I have done kind
to
deeds
other beings,
to other beings,
with my body, speech, or mind,
with our body, speech, or mind,
whether great or little,
whether great or little,
here before the Buddha,
here before the Buddha,
I call to
I
mind
call to mind
those kind
those
deeds,
kind deeds,
and let my heart
and let my
rejoice.
heart
I rejoice in those kind
I
deeds,
rejoice in those kind deeds,
appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others.
appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others.
I rejoice in those kind deeds,
Rejoice in those kind deeds,
wishing more opportunities to practice
wishing
compassion.
more opportunities to practice compassion. compassion.
I rejoice in those kind
I
deeds,
rejoice in those kind deeds,
resolving not to compare myself with
resolving
others.
not to compare myself with others.
I rejoice in those kind
I
deeds,
rejoice in those kind deeds,
and glad to share this joy with all beings everywhere.
and glad to share this joy with all beings everywhere.
May my kind
May
deeds
my kind deeds
relieve the burdens of other
relieve the
beings.
burdens of other beings.
May my kind
May my
deeds
kind deeds
shield me from all dangers and
shield me
pain.
from all dangers and pain.
May my kind
May my
deeds
kind deeds
and merits that come from
and merits
them
that come from them
help me in freeing my heart.
help me in freeing my heart.
Let us now recall to our mind whatever kindness we receive from others. Think about your past few days and recall an incident that someone cared about you, someone showed you some kindness and care and helped you. Just recall an actual incident that you experienced, you received some kindness from others. For me, I received so much kindness from many people today. You can also think about. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day
On this day
or in the
or in
past,
the past,
if I have seen or heard
I have seen no hurt
of the kind deeds done by
of the
others
kind deeds and
with their body, speech, or mind,
with their body, speech, or
whether
mind,
great or little,
with their great or little,
here before the
here
Buddha,
before the Buddha,
I call to mind
I call to mind
those kind
those
deeds,
kind deeds,
and let my heart
and let my
rejoice.
heart rejoice.
I rejoice in the goodness of
I
others,
rejoice in the goodness of others,
being always ready to praise kind people
being always ready to praise kind people
and follow their
and
example.
follow their example.
I rejoice in the goodness of
I
others,
rejoice in the goodness of others,
appreciating that there are many good hearted people in the world.
appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world.
I rejoice in the goodness of
I
others,
rejoice in the goodness of others,
expressing gratitude for any kindness done.
expressing gratitude for any kindness done.
May the kind deeds of
May the
others
kind deeds of others
bring safety and happiness to many living
bring
beings.
safety and happiness to many living beings.
May the kind deeds of
The
others
kind deeds of others
foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings.
foster gratitude and fellowship among many living
May the
beings.
kind deeds of
May the
others
kind deeds of others
nurture goodness in me
nurture goodness in me
and many living
and many living
beings.
beings.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bante Metta, for arranging everything. Thank you, Bante Punna, for arranging and joining. And thank you all our Dhamma friends and everyone. Is such a such a great feeling to know that these spiritual friends are around us. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
How old are you?